Hey everyone, I'm Cassie Rose, and today we are going to be ranking the original villains of Batman 1966. So this includes only the villains that were created specifically for the show, rather than ones that were already in the comic books. So we have Peak, which is where the absolute best of the best go. The ones that are amazing, we love them. Iconic, the ones that are still really cool, even though they don't quite reach top tier. You're okay, or the ones that are like, meh, you're kinda neat. I don't dislike you, but you don't really stick out to me. Forgettable are the ones that are just kinda boring and forgettable. And then Feed to Sharks are the ones that we just absolutely cannot stand. So we're gonna be working together on this tier list. So, starting off with Zelda the Great. She is a magician, and she's been forced into crime. She has to, steal from banks every April Fool's Day. I feel like she's pretty iconic. What do you think?
I personally never remembered her episodes that much, so I would have gone forgettable.
I remember her really well. She was one of my favorites.
She maybe only had, 3 episodes.
She had, 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
The most of these have only had 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, other than, I could see a few of these who definitely had more than 1 or 2. But
yeah, there's a few of these, yeah.
I would say forgettable, so do you want to put it right in the middle at you're okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good, because there are villains that are cooler than her, so
Yeah.
I can totally... Alright, False Face. False Face I'm a little torn on, because he kind of feels a bit like a poor man's Clayface.
He definitely is.
Yeah. And it's kind of sad that his sidekick Blaze is more interesting than he is. I mean, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because, she changes her hair, every 5 minutes. Iconic. Diva. We love that. And False Face is just... That's what you do, too?
Yeah. Change my hair every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe I should start doing that. Anyway.
It's a lot of time, but it's worth the effort. Everyone notices.
Yeah, I bet. So... Right. We got... Okay, so False Face himself... While his Master of Disguise thing is kind of cool, at the same time, I'm like, okay, but you're just kind of a lamer Clayface. So, I'm thinking forgettable. What do you think?
Yeah, he's definitely in the bottom tiers. I would almost go as far as to put him in Feed to the Sharks, because there's a lot more villains who are more iconic than him. So I'm fine with either forgettable or Feed to the Sharks.
Yeah, I might move him to Feed to the Sharks later. I know there's a few villains here that I hate more than him, because, forgettable is more for ones that are, just kind of boring. Feed to Sharks are the ones that are I hate you, why do you exist?
Yeah.
Alright, so, King Tut. This is one that is very, very popular within the Batman 1966 fan base. He's basically a professor of Egyptology that conks his head and thinks he's actually King Tut, which is kind of a neat concept. I like his Egypt gimmicks. However, as a mythology nerd, it bothers me so much when there is so much clearly inaccurate Egyptian mythology stuff. They call a statue of Anubis a sphinx. I'm like, that's not a Sphinx.
Yeah, I don't know. I almost think it's so dumb that he has to go at peak. Because there's no way you can watch the series without knowing him as a villain.
Yeah, he is very iconic. I just kind of have a bit of a bone to pick with him over the inaccuracies. Like, you are a professor of Egyptology. You should know this stuff.
Maybe he knew that stuff, but maybe King Tut didn't. Did you ever think of that?
That's a good point. Maybe King Tut's just stupid. His actor does do a great job. He really hams it up.
Yeah. I'm personally thinking peak here. There's no way you can have a 1966 Batman without King Tut.
Yeah, he is very peak. So yeah, we got our first peak. Alright, the Bookworm. He basically commits literature-based crimes. He's like the ultimate nerd villain. I say this, and I'm someone who really likes classic literature myself, so I'm being a bit of a hypocrite. I do think his concept's pretty cool. I wouldn't call him forgettable. I feel like I put him in okay or iconic, but he isn't quite peak.
Yeah, I would definitely go okay then, because I don't view him as iconic.
Yeah, I feel okay.
He's one of those villains who I see and I'm like, oh great, this guy again. Because those episodes were always very boring.
Yeah, his episodes weren't as fun as some of the others, so yeah, you're okay. Like, cool gimmick, but the execution of it just isn't as fun as it could have been. Alright, the Archer. He's a reverse Robin Hood who steals from the poor and gives to the rich. I do think that's a really fun concept. I kind of want to put him in iconic.
Iconic might be a little bit of a stretch for me because I personally don't remember him. I think he had one episode, maybe.
Like, he had like one or two.
Yeah. And so that reason, I didn't even remember he was a villain. I would have put him at forgettable. And I've watched this series several times over.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put him in You're Okay, below Bookworm.
Yeah.
Because, like, while the concept is cool, I feel like more could have been done with him.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, the Minstrel. Oh my god, this guy. He just annoys me. I can't explain why, but he just annoys me. Like, he freaking randomly sings in the middle of his crimes. And not in a fun way like the Music Meister, just in a way that makes me want to punch his face.
And that way you can say he's a very memorable villain.
Well, yeah, but I want to feed him to the sharks.
How about you just forget about him?
Yeah. He only had like a couple episodes, and he made an impression on me, but it was a bad impression. I found this guy to be so freaking annoying.
Yeah,
I couldn't wait for Batman to clean his clock.
There's definitely some worse villains down the line.
Yeah. You know what? As much as he annoys me, I am actually gonna rank him above the Archer. Because he's a bit more use out of his gimmick.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we have Ma Parker, the mafia mama with a gang of her children.
I don't remember this one at all.
You don't? She had a daughter. Her gang was mostly her sons, but she had one daughter who had, like, a thing with Robin.
And this is making me feel like I don't know the series at all, but I know I watched it several times over.
Maybe some of these guys were just that forgettable to you.
Yeah, well, pretty much, like, there's only a couple villains that I remembered, and that's if they had more than one episode. Because they did a lot of episodes in the 1960 series.
Oh, yeah. They did. Alright, so Ma Parker, well, she is a fun concept. I am gonna put her in forgettable. I am going to agree with you there. Because there are ones that are more fun than her, and admittedly, before I was looking up images to put on this tier list, I totally forgot about her. But yeah, now we got Egghead. The super smart guy who loves making a ton of egg puns. This guy's also very popular.
I mean, he's
I
just
kind of want to put him in... Yeah, that's what I was thinking, putting him in iconic.
like, there's no way, like, you can't remember him due to all of his stupid jokes. They were all excellent.
Oh my god. No, oh my god. And like,
I
he
really
would, like,
liked
lift up an egg sometimes, and he was doing it.
Yeah, and I really liked how he scrambled the jokes around a whole bunch.
Oh my god, no.
They always cracked me up.
Okay, before I die from pun overdose, let's move to the next ones. Shandell and Harry. These were the twin brothers, played by Liberace. One was like a piano player who like broke in his hands so he couldn't play piano anymore. So like his secret is like he was using a player piano, and he had a brother Harry who was a gangster who threatened to reveal his secret if he didn't help him commit crimes. Also, Aunt Harriet had a major crush on Shandell. I feel like definitely iconic or peak. This guy really left an impression on me. He was very fun.
This guy left no impression on me whatsoever, so I would maybe go iconic.
Yeah. You don't remember Aunt Harriet's weird flirting with him?
No, I don't. Completely forgot him.
And like, I kind of find the concept of like, you know, good twin, evil twin to just be like very fun.
Yeah.
And like the whole fact that like Shandell was like a reluctant criminal and Harry was kind of like blackmailing him. And how he kind of did the right thing in the end and turned himself in and foiled Harry's plan. I do quite like that turn with it. Alright. Now we got Marcia, the Queen of Diamonds.
Another one that I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't really remember anything about her other than she was very... Wait a second. Okay, so while I don't remember her super well, do you remember her crazy mother who's like a witch and she's like always like mixing her cauldron?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mother was more of an icon than she was.
Yeah.
Because I definitely remember the mother a lot more.
Yeah. And she did try to marry Batman at one point.
Yeah. So maybe because of the mother, she goes in You're Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her at the top of You're Okay. Alright. Now we have Shame. The guy with a cowboy gimmick. Who honestly got way more episodes than I thought he should have, just because the Western genre was popular at the time. He just felt boring to me.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but it's also kind of hard to forget his episodes because they were always based in Western, which was fairly atypical for this series, so whenever there was a Western-esque episode, you would always know it would be him, and you would always remember that episode.
Well, yeah, but, like, honestly, for this dude's episodes, I was like, oh my god, this guy again? Can't we, like, you know, give Shandell or Egghead another episode instead?
Yeah, like, Wasn't one of the plots was like the scenery was Western set,
Yeah, like
like
I
an
think it was like
actual Western
something.
movie set.
Yeah, it was like something along the lines of like that, or like like one of those like Western tourist towns, like where they.
Yeah, it was either a tourist town or a movie set. I can't remember which one
Yeah,
because it's been a
something like
while.
that.
But I don't know. I feel like um, he definitely goes above the Archer.
Yeah. I'm gonna put him above the Minstrel too, but below Bookworm, so.
Yeah.
Alright, Clue Master. Sorry, not Clue Master. Ah, God, I couldn't even remember his name because he's that forgettable. Okay, he's the puzzler. So forgettable. Feed to sharks. Literally just a Riddler knockoff.
Yeah, I can't remember him. I think he maybe only had like one episode ever.
He had like 1 or 2 episodes ever, and he was quite literally even just there, like, for the meta reason of they couldn't get Frank Gorshin, because he was busy with the other stuff. So they're like, shoot, we already have the script written for Riddler, guys, do you have any ideas? Oh, I got it! How about we make a really cruddy replacement called the Puzzler? Brilliant!
There you go.
But yeah. No. This guy sucks. Like, the whole time I was thinking, like, wow, this would have been so much better if it was a Riddler episode. This guy's such a loser.
Oh, I definitely would have. The Riddler
Yeah.
was always very iconic, especially in the movies.
Yeah, like, especially his laugh. Like,
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Alright, now we got the Sandman. He worked with Catwoman. And I don't really remember too much about him other than, like, a sleep gimmick, and, like, his hideout was at, like, I think, like, the basement of a mattress store or something like that. And he worked with Catwoman, but other than that, I don't really remember him, so I'm inclined to put him in forgettable.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about him is I think wasn't. Oh, gosh, now it might sound stupid because it might be the wrong episode. But didn't he put Batman and Robin in hourglasses and it was filling up with sand?
You know what? I could be wrong, but that might have been a King Tut episode, or that might have been Sandman.
It was either or. It was either King Tut or Sandman.
Oh, actually, I do think it was Sandman. I think it was too.
I can't remember fully, but I think it was Sandman. But that was like the only reason I can remember him is because Sandman, hourglass, being buried alive in sand.
You know he's forgettable when we can't even remember if a trap was his or not.
Yeah.
Alright, now Colonel Gum, the pink stamp guy in the Green Hornet crossover. Yeah. This guy's either forgettable or feed to sharks.
Yeah, I would put him at forgettable.
Yeah. Way at the low end of forgettable, because he didn't really have anything that made him fun or special.
Yeah, other than his pink suit, which that's the only thing that ever really stood out, because they really didn't do many guys in pink at the time.
Yeah. He was just kind of there. He is the only one on this list that I straight up can't even remember the villainess plot of.
Yeah, neither can I.
Like, everyone else, I'm like, oh, like, I know, like, some degree of what they wanted, but, like, this guy, I'm like, okay, other than being in the Green Hornet crossover episode, who are you?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Now we have Black Widow, played by the incomparable Tallulah Bankhead.
What? Wasn't it like an abandoned mansion or something like that?
Yeah, she was like this very classy femme fatale lady. And like she really had this aura of menace about her. I want to put her in iconic.
Yeah, I would say iconic just because we're getting too many people in the Euro Kit section of the tier list.
I do really like her. I do think she's very fun.
Yeah.
And well, the actress does a great job.
Yeah, she definitely did a great job. Again, she only had like 1 or 2 episodes, but...
Yeah, she had only 2 episodes. A lot of people wish she had more. Because she is really cool. Like, she's one of the few villains in this that feels genuinely threatening.
Well, that was the one with, like, the giant spider with Robin, I believe.
Yeah. And she's kind of, like, oozed this, like, eerie, mysterious charisma. And that puts her in iconic for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, the Siren. I know how you feel about this one.
So, I really want to say Feed to the Sharks just because of how overused they used her scream. Or like her singing or whatever you want to call it. It was very high pitched and made me want to turn off the TV multiple times. But for that reason, I kind of feel like she has to go at peak because there's no way you can't remember her due to her like either screaming or singing or whatever you want to call it. It was noise, basically.
Yeah, she's also very notable in that she was the only metahuman on the show.
Yeah.
And also, like, her outfit slays. And her actress did a great job. And I also really like how Batgirl gets to shine in the episode, since, like, her ear-bleeding singing only works on men.
Yeah.
Also, I do like how she sort of, like, redeems herself at the end of her run as a villain. She loses her voice, but, she sees it as worth it to save Batman's life after he saved hers. So, I do like that.
It's just because she had a thing for Batman. Don't let her fool you.
Well, yeah, she did have a bit of a thing for Batman.
I would.
But then again, most of the female villains here did.
I would turn good just because I had a thing for Batman. I mean, who wouldn't have a thing for Batman is the real question.
I mean, I don't.
Okay. This is my channel now.
Oh, damn it.
Yep, I'm taking over.
No.
Batman's just so iconic, you have to have a thing for him. Especially played by the infamous Adam West. I mean, come on.
Squid, I don't swing that way.
Even non-romantically, you have to have a thing for him.
Okay, yeah, I do think he's cool. Batman is one of my favorite superheroes, but I don't like...
Hey, I would definitely never get with him because I don't swim that way, but Adam West was hot.
These are the things you guys come here for. Alright. So, we have Lola Lasagna now. She was the one in the horse racing episodes. She was working with Penguin. She was acted by Ethel Merman, who is a Broadway legend, and she did fabulous just hamming it up.
Yeah, but sadly, she's pretty forgettable.
You know what? I kind of want to move Marsha up to iconic because of her mom and her whole thing where she was marrying Batman, and then move Lola to the top of your okay. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, just put her at bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. So. Yes. Louis the Lilac. I want to put him in iconic. Either iconic or peak. Because, like... Yeah?
He's gotta be peak. I mean, there's nothing about him that says iconic. He's just peak. I mean, you always remember Louis the Lilac episode.
Yeah, like, it's very neat how he's, like, this flower-themed mob boss who, like, has, like, a little, like, lilac, attached to his lapel that, like, can, like, spray, like, perfume to knock people out. And I remember that he tried to drown Batman and Robin in, like, perfume or something like that, which was really neat.
Yeah, it was like a lilac fragrance.
Yes. He's just iconic. More than iconic, he is peak. He deserves to be up there.
Yes, he does.
I might put him above the Siren.
I definitely think so.
Yeah. Alright, then we have Olga, Queen of Cossacks.
Due to the sharks.
The only thing... Yeah. I find her annoying, and she's straight up a cannibal. Which is kind of the only thing I remember about her. And I was like, what the hell? Isn't this a little dark for Batman 1966?
Yeah. Well, at least the sharks won't be a cannibal when they eat her.
Yeah. We hope you enjoy being shark food, Olga. Alright. Alright, so Lord Marmaduke Fogg, the only thing I can really remember about him is that, like, he'd, like, fog up the room with his pipe to, like, make an escape, and also he was very British. That was just the only things I remember about him.
Yeah, when that's the only thing you can remember about him, you know that he'd be better off as shark bait.
Yeah, because his wife's more interesting than him.
Yeah.
So... I'll put him at the top of Feed to Sharks, because, like, he doesn't deserve it quite as much as the Puzzler and Olga, but...
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Alright, so... I do feel like I'm kind of biased. Lady Penelope Pea Soup. Her actress, Glynis Johns, did an absolutely amazing job with her. And, like, I can just, like, never unsee her as Mrs. Banks from Mary Poppins. So I feel like that makes her pretty cool on its own. I wouldn't put her in forgettable. She's not forgettable to me. I know she was, the aunt of the girl in the episode, who I can't remember the name of, but I do know she had a thing with Robin. Wow, Robin had a thing with so many hench ladies.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Robin
was trying to turn them good.
And, like, there was Pussycat, too. Like, Robin had a thing for bad girls.
Yeah, he did. You know what, though, Robin? Me too. I would put her in top of You're Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I might put her below Lola and Zelda, but above Bookworm. I just find it very neat that Zelda's a magician, and she's also, like, you know, sort of like a reluctant villain. I have a bit of a soft spot for Zelda. Alright. Oh my god, okay. Okay, so let me just explain this. Why she was an instant feed to sharks. Okay, so this is Nora Clavicle. She was, the villain in the episode Nora Clavicle and the Ladies Crime Club. Her plan was so stupid. It was just like replace the entire police force with women and then set out robotic bomb mice to blow up the city as part of an insurance scheme.
Oh, she
like,
can't
really?
go to feed sharks then. If it was the feed the mice episode with all the what is it, like the recorders?
Yeah, like the recorder. It was flutes, I think. But
Yeah. I mean, that bit was iconic. Whenever I
well,
think
yeah,
of
that
1960s Batman, I'm always like, I remember the time when they played the flutes for the mice.
yeah. She also had one of the stupidest death traps, though, like the Siamese human knot.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that one as well. I don't know. I feel like she has to go at least "You're okay" just because of how iconic the mice bit was.
Yeah, I just kinda hate her though, because she was a parody of Gloria Steinem, except she was like, didn't actually care about women's rights and just wanted to blow up the city with mice.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd personally put her at iconic, but I'd be okay with moving her down to "You're okay" or "Forgettable." In my opinion, she's definitely not a "Feed the Sharks" just because of the mice bit.
Okay, yeah. I'll put her the high end of Forgettable for you.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
I just... Another thing about her for me is, like, her plan just feels very, 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 very stupid. And her death trap is one of the most boring and least used to set pieces death trap ever. Like, you have, like, these awesome death traps, like the frickin' giant clam, and the hourglasses, and the human popsicles, and, like, that trap Catwoman set up where she was, like, you know, slowly turning Batman into tea. And then you just have, like, this lady who's like, okay, human knot.
Well, I don't even know
Really?
if you can really call it a death trap because I don't know how it would kill them.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like she was too incompetent to put higher. Like, yeah, her episode is memorable, but it's memorable because her plan was stupid.
Yeah.
Alright, we got two more. Dr. Cassandra Spellcraft. I don't really remember her.
Neither do I.
I'm gonna put her in Forgettable. I just know she was, like, an illusionist lady who, like, ran a magic shop. She just feels like a less interesting Zelda to me.
Yeah, I can't even remember her, so I don't really have any way to comment on her.
And then we have, Minerva, who's, Zaza, played by Zaza Gabor. And I feel like her actress does a good job. However, she just feels like a bit of a less fun Marsha. And, like, how they're relying on, like, the actress being a celebrity to carry the episode. So, I kind of want to put her, like, sort of in the middle of Forgettable.
Yeah, well, yeah, because also another one who I can't remember at all. Like, there's a lot of villains who are not memorable whatsoever.
Alright, so our final ranking. We have King Tut, Louis the Lilac, and the Siren in peak. In iconic, we have Egghead, Shandell and Harry, Black Widow, and Marsha, Queen of Diamonds. And hero, okay, we have Lola Lasagna, Zelda the Great, Penelope Pea Soup, the Bookworm, Shame, the Minstrel, and the Archer. Unforgettable, we have Nora Clavicle, Ma Parker, Falseface, Minerva, Sandman, Colonel Gum, and Dr. Cassandra Spellcraft. And in Feed to Sharks, we have Lord Marmaduke Fogg, the Puzzler, and Olga, Queen of Cossacks. You gonna lock that in?
I think we are.
All right. Pretty solid ranking. And I'm happy with where people turned up here. I feel like we have a very solid list.
It'll be interesting to see where your viewers thought everyone should have gone, because I do feel like everyone has a different opinion on a lot of the characters in the 1960s Batman.
Yeah, like, how funny would it be if there was someone who was like, how dare you put the puzzler in Feed to Sharks? He was my favorite. I doubt someone like that exists, because he's literally just the poor man's Riddler. But...
yeah. But who knows? There could be.
Yeah, who knows? Like, maybe the puzzler has, like, you know, 1 or 2 fans out there. You never know. Anyway, thank you for doing this ranking with me. It's been a blast. Some interesting things were said, some rankings were done, and we reflected on a series that we have rewatched quite a few times.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, once again, I'm Cassie Rose, and I was with iSquidFan doing this ranking. We've got some crime to fight, but we'll see you all later.